what's the date? It's the 3rd of September. We are on our way to Hobart. We've got a medical appointment, got to go down to Hobart, so it's a fairly long way, so we go down the day before. It's just safer that way, and we take the van down normally because don't like hotels. Horrible day, take our time. Now we normally stop in Kempton, which is about 40 minutes drive out of Hobart. Free camp there, the council put on. They got power and water. We don't need power and water, obviously, because we're off grid. And you can stay there, I think it's for up to 3 nights. If you're travelling Hobart, you could stay there 3 days, because you can travel most places in Hobart fairly quickly, explore there a little bit, and then just come back there. And it's a nice little town. Wouldn't normally record this trip because it's just a quick trip, but then we thought, oh, why not? Right, nearly ready to go. I just remembered the job I've got to do. The trailer plug is a little bit dicky, so I know what it is. It's just a bit of corrosion. Yeah, so it's still okay, but you got to wriggle the plug to make sure everything works. So just put a little bit of wet and dry in there. And Great Wall Cannon. If you go to Wheels by the Ocean, Jordan Raybeck, what he doesn't know about these things is not worth knowing. That's my Starcraft bushpack. Actually, when we pull up, I might do a little bit of a go over and give you the pros and cons of those as well. Now, I made this thing, I got rid of the, that thing there, and I know that they cost a lot of money, those, I think they're called Blackjacks or some other thing, but hey, a Zito, just a little 2 amp hour battery. It's pretty cool, really. Now, I know it struggles, but it's not really designed to do this. And if you've got weak in the rear, it's just a second hand, that'll do it. I changed this one over here to the, that articulating 4-wheel drive one, because we do go off road. Just got to keep it greased. Bob's your uncle. Just put these Morby hooks on the other day. These are a lot better. Than the other ones, because the other one hooks hang down from the back of your car. They look like two, or they look like two something. But these ones go onto your chain, just all good. Alright, ready to hook up? Haha! Still got one thing. Pretty embarrassing. Not quite. This far. A toast. Every time I put the brake on, it goes forward a bit. You've got to allow for that. I don't think I've allowed for that. Oh, now she's on. Second check. Make sure this thing goes on. Snaps on, and then she's done. These hooks, man, bloody tastic. Make sure they're crossed, of course. Now they are rated to, oh no, something crazy, 3 or 4 ton or something. Okay, that's on. I've got 2. That one's the DC charger. Because I was losing too much power with wire being too small. It's a bridge. That's what that one is. Got the anti-sway here. That's through this 22 pin. Not 22 pin. That's like a one I hooked up just as an extra battery power when we're camping. Put in regulated solar panels there, or we actually use it as a power supply outside as well. It's that easy. So I've got the lights on. I go and make sure that they are working. I do run an overspring in these. If you come in here, I've showed this before, but this top string here, they call it a super spring, and it's just an extra leaf that you put on top. It just makes the ride not bouncy, all that stuff that you really winds you out when you drive it. I don't think it's needed, but it does make it better. It rides a lot better. What a miserable day. Anyway, we pulled into the berry patch in Ulverstone just to get a bit of food because you got to have your sustenance. That's the rear camera. I actually leave that on. It's quite good for reversing, but also if you've got someone tailgating you, you can see them, and they're normally in your blind spot. I carry this everywhere. I just turn it on if there's a truck behind me and they want to pass or something like that. Berry patch, very popular cafe here, and of course they seasonal berries, strawberries, raspberries, tayberries, any berry you want. You can come pick your own, or you can just hang out here and have a good time. Jude's just got back, and what is it? Egg and bacon tart.
Yep.
Gluten free. We're gluten free. Yep. We're one of those. Actually, we two of those. Nice. Cheers. On the best highway, we've got lots of sessions, just keep going straight ahead. But of course we're going to Kempton, Hobart, so we leave the best highway, turn off and go on the old Midland highway. Go, Midland Highway. Here we are, Kempton. It's actually not very far from Hobart, which is most local thing, but it's actually still a fair way away. Most people stop here for a bit of food. It's not got lots of nice cafes, got fuel there, but the main thing is probably a toilet stop. This is actually the main highway. And we'll probably stay in Kempton on the way back, so we'll go now. Food truck stop, very popular spot. I'll call in there on the way back, get some fuel and probably some chips or something. Historic town of Kempton. Used to be a stagecoach stopped area back in the good old days. It's actually quite busy and a major part of the route. Now it's a tourist town. You might notice that there, distillery. Beautiful whiskey. If you're new whiskey, you need to be here. As you can tell, it's a nice, just quaint little town. I quite like it. We've stayed here many times over the last few years. Know the whiskey distillery very well. Remnants there of that bridge, remnants of the convict days. They built all the bridges around Tasmania. Lots of new houses here. We assume that it's people that don't want to live in the city, live in Hobart. It's not very far to drive. It's nice and calm. Can't blame people for wanting to live out here. Some little historic shops along here. A lot of them have little blurbs if you go for a walk. They tell you what they used to be. It's quite interesting. I reckon it will become more and more popular as people move out of the city. New housing's out here, it's affordable. This is a brilliant idea. It brings people into the little town. If you're smart, you'll buy some whiskey. Those toilets were just passed. For some reason they're not operable, so I don't know what that reason is. It's probably got some dropkick decided to vandalise them after a stay here. That's my guess. There's the power and water across there that was about to pull into, but as we don't need it, we will come up here on the grass, leave the power and water for the people that don't pre-camp. This is where we stay up this end of it. Sometimes we park facing the road if we don't unhook, but we need to unhook this time because of that medical appointment I was talking about. Oh, I'll just get out and see that it's level. Okay, so we're all set up here. I don't know if I showed you, sorry. That there is the same nut as wheel nuts, I think, and the one I put on the front, so we don't have to change over bits. Pain in the neck. This is what gets people banned from. This is what gets these places closed down. Just people doing the wrong thing. You know, 5 foot. Oh my God, how much are they? A couple $100. There's another one. Admittedly, that one probably is a 5 foot. That's another thing. Use a fire blanket underneath it if it's not far enough off the ground. Yeah, so that fire pot's sitting straight on the ground, whoever used it. Enough of the negative stuff. It is close to the highway. There's the highway right there. You do hear traffic of a night, but it's not that loud. Nice. Set us up. Oh, look, you're probably looking absolute outside. Absolute outside will be 5 minutes. That's that. Okay, we've pulled up to lovely Campbelltown. Snowing on the way back from Hobart, but you get that in Tassie. It's not too bad here, probably up about 9-10 degrees maybe. It's about 3 degrees on the way up. This is a free camp. We've stayed here quite a few times, not really sure of all the rules here, but I gather they'll be around here somewhere. I have been told that you can't have campfires. We've only ever stayed here in summer normally, like it's obviously winter now or spring. I'll give you a bit of a look around, and it's a nice little town too, so it's well worth the stopover. You know, probably even a couple of days. You're only allowed to stay here, from what I'm told, a maximum of 2 days. Stand a bit corrected on that one, but I'm pretty sure that's about it. We're only ever overnight, so that doesn't really affect us much. I'll give you a bit of a look. So it's a convict-built bridge. I'm not sure if you can see that. I can't read that, I haven't got my glasses on, but if you can, good luck. Yeah, wood sculpture there as you come in to the town. It's a little bit too cold, wet and miserable, so we probably won't go up into town today. So I decided to go for a walk after all. Best Bambi sausages I've ever had from there. They slaughter and dress their own venison. Fresh as. Beautiful. Yeah. Heavy convict built. Crazy. Crazy.
antique store. It's kind of cool. Too cold to be open. Lots of old convict era buildings. Beautiful. Campbelltown.
Sparkling, you want that?
All things Tasmanian.
Yes. Perfect.
So if you come to Kempton, you need to call into this shop. Oh, he's my favourite bit. Ship's Way Gin. Okay, we just got some groceries and now we come to the proper spot. I'll hang out here. This is, I suppose, part of the walking track. Yeah, but it's really nice here. It's probably a good thing that they don't let us camp too long here because, you know, inevitably people spoil it, don't they? I've been here where it's been packed. Yeah, been winter, well, I could say winter, it's spring, but like winter. Obviously not many people out there today. This is interesting. So that's because of that, and this is actually a floodplain. We've camped back a little bit more, although all the grass and everything is pretty much satched. Puddles everywhere. Highly unlikely that water's going to rise up to where we are tonight. There has been a lot of rain, but not bucket loads that have caused it to flood. I think the drainage system here is working pretty good. But yeah, normally this creek is clear. You see the trout jumping during summer. So it gives you a bit of an idea how cloudy that is. How much rain's been pushed down here. It's not normally that high either. What I might do, run you through the Jayco. So that's the brand, bought it last year. So I'll tell you what it comes with. Gas. I put the diesel heater in. You can hear that going at the moment. Comes with this thing here. This thing is absolutely fan-bloody-tastic. It's an anti-sway controller. Controls underneath the van. But yeah, mate, you don't even know it's on there. You know, travel 110 quite comfortably. And there was quite strong winds today. Comes with that awning. Now it doesn't come with this hitch. I'll put that hitch on. It doesn't come with the second wire here. That's for the DC charger. It does come with a battery management system, but it's shit. So that's why I've put the DC charger on. I've got a Victron. I won't mention the battery management system, but I've had problems with it. So I put that on. It doesn't come with an oven inside, it comes with a grill. I'll show you that when we go in. I was going to put a Weber here, but hey, we roast a lot. So that oven's cheap as chips. And I already had this iron to go on the gas plates. I think this is something like 150 bucks. It's something ridiculous. But yeah, so we use that. We cook outside so the smells don't go inside, so that's perfect for us. It comes with an inverted axle. So that gives that clearance there. That has come in handy so many times. I can't tell you. It comes with two 80 litre water tanks, I believe. Could be 85. I know they're not 90 because we do run out. I'll put that on the back there. It's just there's not much room on the back actually. So if you do think about getting one, keep that in mind. You'd have to modify that something fierce in order to get something big on the back of that. But anyway, it does us. I've made that waste water tanks. So Jayco comes with two outlets. It comes out of here. So yeah, 1, 2. I like to put them into there. It goes into the top of that tube. It comes out the bottom. So that holds probably around about 25-30 litres. So, you know, if you're staying in a caravan park, which we don't very often, then that's fine. And then we can just empty it later on. It's only grey water anyway. This here, I put this in because with the gas system, it's instant gas in this one, and it wastes so much water trying to get the hot water, and we put it in a bucket and we funnel it back in. We didn't know, we do now, because I've got it in. You can get a valve that reroutes that, so you turn your instant gas hot water on, and the water pipes back into the top of your tank until it actually heats up. And when it heats up, it then valve goes click and it goes straight to your tap. Absolutely brilliant system. I only come across it by accident. So if anyone has the same problem, gold. Place in Devonport here in Tassie, Coastal Canvas I believe, or something like that. Yeah, they told me about that one, put it in for me. Now, I changed the lithium, and the lithium, I'll show you the battery box. So that's the battery box. I've only got stuff I hardly use in there now because it's too small to put a lithium battery in. Go figure. That's the drain, but on the end of the drain I've put that because I've made a pump out of another water tank that I can fill these tanks up, filtered water from any lake I like. We often run showers straight from the tank, but that aside, yeah, that just gives me that option. So obviously I put the diesel heater in, put a fuse in. This here is with the battery management system that's regulated inside, so that's regulated power for solar. Solar, I've got two 300 watt, let's see if I can get up on the back here, two 300 watt solar panels. I don't know how much luck I'm going to have. Nah, I can't see if you saw anything then, but they are not 300 watt. I can guarantee you that. You know, it's one of those eBay ones, German certified, genuine 380 watts, whatever it is, and you get here, nah, not even close. So a general rule of thumb, if you get those cheap ones, German certified, I would pretty much say you'd be lucky to get 150 out of them. And that's if they're spotlessly clean, of course. On top of the caravan, they never stay clean. So I rely on the DC-DC charger and a portable solar blanket. Charging, you know, and the bit on the roof, that's just, if it happens to get any, and then it does. I think that's around about it for here. That gas oven, they have a bayonet underneath there. So that comes standard as well. It comes standard with reverse cycle air conditioner heat pump. This is a good idea. So they've just spring loaded. A lot of these come with keys and a pain in the neck, so I'm glad they've done that. And as much as I love this shiny finish, honestly, we go bush all the time. When I say all the time, tight tracks. The amount of scratches we get up the side of that is quite disconcerting. I don't know. Sometimes I think the aluminium might be better, just for looks anyway, but I mean, these look pristine when you get them, but geez, they don't stay that way when you go bush. Anyway, we've got a muck mat here. Got two actually. They are valuable. That's where I put the heater. Now I'll get to, whew, she's nice in here. She's freezing outside. So what I'll get to is, are they worth it? That's the question I ask. Look, for 48 grand for all this standard stuff, absolutely 100% worth it. It's kind of like the Great Wall Cannon. For the price of it, you can't beat it. However, there's little things that Jayco could do that, you know, that reputation of, you know, they do everything cheaply. Well, they could get rid of it just by doing those little things. And one of these things that we've got replaced under warranty. These ones here, they wouldn't hold the bed up even without the mattress on. They were so bad and it was so hard to lift up. Everything was heavy. So they replaced them under warranty. So that is the good thing about Jayco. I don't know if it's 12 months or 2 years, but with the warranty, they will replace everything. The heater's down there. It doesn't get too hot there, and there's plenty of airflow despite it not looking that way. I've actually got everything off the ground, and there's quite a good flow in there. I've only had one kickback, and that was the battery management system. Basically, when on shore power, so when we plugged in, it comes on and it charges at 30 amps, but the problem with it is it doesn't know when it's full. And even though I've got a shunt on there, they say, oh, it won't work with an aftermarket shunt. So I've got a picture on the shunt. I think that's rubbish, because if it does, you know, I've had other systems that do work. So this is supposed to be a good system. The fact that it doesn't really annoys me, but anyway, we'll chase that one up. So here's the system. Yep, so that's all lights there. They don't label them, apart from off. There's a double switch, so when you go to bed you can turn that on. They're blue lights and white lights, and they, I'm not sure if they come with the USB. I think I'll put those USB ones in. Anyway, they may or may not come with that. Don't hold me to that. Comes standard with the aerial, although we don't watch TV. We just either watch iPads or DVDs. I put the Sirocco in, and you know, this is the TV. I got this for $100 and something from, I don't know, some cheap store. That's the Fogarty gas hot water, instant gas hot water. So we travel with that. That holds it. People say, oh, you know, that's not good enough, but we've travelled thousands of kilometres and it hasn't broken yet. And if it does break, for $100, I'll just get another one. Hey, I hate putting stuff away. I hate the fact that you got to pack up. You need to just put things away and go, or arrive so you can sit there and have a drink. Anyway, that's got a full ensuite. That's just saw. So there's a couple of things that was wrong here. This bit here, when travelling, this nib wall moves so much that got stuck in here, and then there's that much pressure on here. So anyway, I took it under warranty to get fixed, and of course they couldn't fix it because there's no adjustment. So because they couldn't fix it, I fixed it. So I just unscrewed them, pulled it out, put some washers in behind, re-siliconed it. Bob's your uncle. You'd think professionals know to do that, wouldn't you? Same with that. I took that in to be fixed. Of course they didn't, so I just pulled it out, silicon, bigger screws, Bob's your uncle. They had a crack at fixing it, so you've got to give them that, I suppose. This ensuite is a little bit smaller than what we're used to. Yeah, so it's not quite as wide. We had New Age van for this, New Age Gecko, which is fantastic. Just didn't quite suit our needs, but it's certainly wide enough. So I'll put this in, that there. So that's just for when Jude puts the makeup on and she needs to spread her wings a little bit. She does that. Yeah, but generally speaking, plenty of room in here. Yeah, fridge now. Doesn't come standard with this fridge. We opted up for this. Comes with a smaller one, and the microwave normally sits here. So we got the bigger fridge. Still not the biggest one, but it does us. Freezer's a tiny bit small, and therefore the microwave goes down there. Hey, she's all good. Gas stove and grill. So this fridge door come off. It dented down here somewhere. Don't know if you can see that dent there. And fell off, dented in here. They replaced that door. They replaced the front here because it scratched all this. I fixed this, so it's basically a plastic clip that comes off, and there's a pin that, with the vibrations, just works its way up and pushes that lid off. Now, it's a really poor design by Dometic. They need to either put some better clip on there. I don't know if that's happened to anyone else, but pretty ordinary. I put this table in. Like, the tabletop is standard, but I put this upsy downsy one, and you know, like, it moves sideways, any way you want. And of course it goes up and down just with that button there. But it is a bit of mucking around, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, now this is where the battery goes. And I know the new rules, it's not allowed to be in a living area. Well, it's not, it's in an enclosed area and it's ventilated, so hey, Bob's your uncle. Anyway, lithium 300 amp hour Kings. I haven't had no problems with it at all. It's been fantastic. Jeez, it's hard doing this one hand. Alright, there we go. There's a lot going on down there. So this is the solar controller, that one there. Works perfectly. It's just the solar panels aren't that great. We've got, I don't know if you can see in there. There we go, that's our inverter, 2000 watt inverter. That is gold. Now I've got that wired in to the caravan. You know, got a good mate that's he can wire stuff legally, and I've got that on a separate circuit. So I can't be on shore or mains power and have the inverter on. So it can't blow up. It can't do its thing. And in the back, I'll take you around and show you, but in the back I've got another switch that switches it from shore to inverter power. So it's on a separate circuit. And because of the 15 amp thing, I've only got that being able to power anything 10 amps and under. So that's how I get around. That's how I get around the 15 amp thing. It works a treat. There's the switch for the inverter. The inverter itself, I've had two of them now. For some reason, one of them, there you go, Energy. For some reason, the first one I had, it come up a fault. I don't know why, but it did. So Energy got me to do all the tests. Yeah, they said they didn't know why either, but they just sent me a new one. No questions asked. It was absolutely awesome. And the second one they sent out, perfect. Have not had a problem with it. It's just, I can't sing its praises high enough, really. Okay. Now, as I said, 48 grand for what you get is absolutely phenomenal with this van. Yeah, are there some quality issues? Yeah, but they're not big. You know, they're not something that you would not get the van for. They're easily fixable, even if it wasn't under warranty. It's just easily fixable. So I haven't had a major problem. It's like this thing, it started leaking. So well, yeah, the first thing you think about is leaking. Bloody oath. You know, brand new van, what's it leaking? But it was a simple thing, like it had come out of its track. So whoever put it in the track in the first place just must have been Friday beer o'clock, and away they went. The quality issues, I don't actually think that insurmountable. I really don't. And they're really good to work with, Jaco. I said it's only the power management thing that's still outstanding, but even if they don't cover that one, I can still get around it. Yeah, so another thing, let me see. So that there is the carbon monoxide and smoke alarm. That's a replacement because the other one stuffed up and go off in the middle of the night for no reason. Go off while we're not at home, and the neighbours would ring up, there's an alarm going. Yeah, so what else? I think that was nearly it. There's some design things I probably would have done differently as well. But generally speaking, like, what can you get for 48 grand? And what, this is 17-foot Judas? It's around about 16.9, whatever. The way they measure them, I'm not sure, but tows exceptionally well. We was in winds today where you can hear the winds on the outside. They were worse than that. It was snowing, and the snow was going sideways. And I was still travelling at 100, and I felt safe. So, you know, the towing really is not an issue at all. I can't rate them high enough. With the caveat, there are niggling little things that do kind of annoy you. This is the other thing too. I replaced, that's hanging space. So I just put shelves in because, you know, hanging space was useless. The water pumps under there, I've got lots of lithium. I charge lithium. I've got carry battery chainsaws and stuff that I carry is ridiculous. Come around and show you where this switch is. No, I won't, because I'll go and get the key. Right here. I've only just started locking shit because I don't know why, but I started thinking to make it really easy, just come and steal something. And this is why I don't like stuff, because I can't stand unlocking. So the old van that I had the cord coming from underneath there and coming out here and plugging in here, and the cord would just hang here, and then when I wanted an inverter I'd plug it in. So this one had wired in. I don't know if you see there's an A/B switch down there. Yeah, so that there is on inverter. So when I switch that across to number 2, power can only go through there, and it cannot go through the inverter. So you can't double up, you can't use the inverter, you know, to do that double charging thing. What else is there? Yeah, got lights in the tracks, lots of nice little touches they got. It's starting to snow again, I think. Anyway, it wasn't really a review, just sort of a walk round. If anyone's got any questions, just let me know. Bye. Max Farm in the middle of Grand Kings Meadows area, 10 minutes from Launceston city centre. It was 21 earlier on today, it's down around about 10 now. Yeah, got a little lake over there, pretty cool. Just drive in and then sort out payment later.
I've still got a voucher.
Have you?
I need to go back there.
It's big, that's one big fire pit. Preventative widowmakers, preventative measures.
Okay.
Just saying preventative measures for the widowmakers. They cut the dead limbs down, or the overhanging limbs. I bet you no one parks underneath him. Like it's nearly in the middle of suburbia, isn't it?
I know.
Probably part of a big farm at one stage. Yeah, the bush pig.
Where's he going?
Hey! How you going, Mav? Don't know, just eating stuff.
Makes your tongue go blue.
Hey, Ruben! Hey, what have you doing?
What does it do?
That's a camera. See?
Does it take photos?
It does.
Cameras take photos.
Can take photos.
Didn't tell me that.
Oh, sorry. Didn't know that bit. Looks cool though, doesn't it? It's blue flame.
The
Still
red
blue.
flame.
Red?
How many different colours can you see?
Green,
Red,
some blue, and some orange.
orange.
Cyan.
Some moving. That's okay.
Pulling out. Jeez, you're right. You're not even looking, you stupid.
Jeez.